there was wee cats living in the town that talked to you, and you were like, who the fuck are these wee cat people? Why am I not a cat person? Like, why am I in this town of cat people and I'm the only one that isn't a fucking cat?
If anything, they should be hunting you.
Yeah, oh,
Like,
it was such a...
get this guy.
It was fucking shit.
Hello, welcome to the Cosy Couch, episode 6. My name's Nick.
I'm Richard.
I was about to say this is. Oh well, fucked up. Good
Do you want to
start.
start again?
Nope, let's keep going. Yes, my name's Nick. This is Richard. This
Yeah.
is the Cosy Couch. So what we are is an entertainment podcast. All about games and movies mainly. Sometimes cover other stuff like comics, TV shows and that.
Yeah.
So it's a weekly show. If you're into that sort of stuff, please subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at the Cosy Couch. I am at NickSolo89. He is.
At Dark Saxon.
And yeah, we've got Facebook and all that other jazz as well. So please follow away. Please like and subscribe if you like it, as I said.
Yeah.
And we'll do the best to bring you the best news.
Yes.
But not this week.
Well, we won't bring the news. We'll just talk about the news.
It's a poor week for news this week.
Yeah, it's not the best actually. So
Or is it?
we'll start. Number one, Batman vs Superman, the film, is set a new record at the box office yesterday. But it's not a record that you would think. It's the biggest Friday to Friday drop ever for a major comic inspired film release. So, in its first week, it earned, or its opening day, sorry, was 81.5 million, right? So, that's incredible. Then, and that's in one day. So then the next week, it is earned 15.35 million. So like it's dropped staggeringly.
Was it the biggest drop ever?
Not ever. It's not the biggest drop ever, but it's definitely the biggest for a comic book franchise. And to put it into context, that's like, well, hang on, what was the percentage? It was a Friday to Friday drop of 71.5%. No, that's nonsense, sorry. It was an 81.2% drop,
Okay.
right? So that's big.
Yeah.
And to put that into context, Fantastic Four dropped by 78.7. That's less.
Yeah.
So, and that's a terrible film. So that just tells you, it's not looking great. Watchmen's here as well. Watchmen had a 78.4% drop. I wouldn't count that because a lot of people didn't know what Watchmen was.
Yeah.
It's not like a big thing, whereas Batman vs Superman was like this massive fucking film, and clearly people are, because at this point in that first week, anyone who wanted to see it has probably went to see it.
Yeah.
So anyone who wasn't that fussed has then heard from their friends and read reviews, and everyone must just be going, don't bother. Do you know what I mean? Like, we had 2 people in our group who hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And
They've seen it now.
Yeah, they went to see it, and yeah, same as us, weren't overly fussed.
If you've not seen it yet, if you've seen Batman vs Superman, right, but you've not seen our spoiler cast yet, please, if this works, click here to watch it.
Yeah.
Don't know if it's going to work. Just throw that out there, it's probably not going to work. But the link will definitely be in the description below.
Yeah.
So check that out.
It's good, it's long, but it's good.
Yeah, good points, I feel. We're obviously experts and tell them how they should have made the movie.
Oh, of course.
Because that's what the internet is, you know.
We just weren't available to write it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't call us, which I'm quite hurt by, you know. I mean,
Well, I get a lot of calls on my phone from a private number, and I don't usually answer. So
see,
that was probably Zack Snyder on the phone. Look, you know,
who else could it have been?
I know, I need a hand in this. I feel like I'm going to fuck up and put too much Justice League in it. Can you help? Nah. I was wiping an arse or something at that point. So.
Everyone knows his codename is PPI, you know.
Oh yeah, phoning up about PPI. Fuck off. It might have been Zach. So yeah, I thought that was worth noting because it's it's a record breaker, but sadly not good news for it. On the film front, the upcoming Spiderman solo film that's coming now that Marvel have the rights and blah blah blah. It's rumoured to be called Spiderman Homecoming, which is amazing because for anyone who doesn't know, the Homecoming comics is when Spider-Man comes home from the Secret Wars and he's wearing the black symbiote suit, and that's what brings Venom and all that jazz into it. So it won't be anywhere near the same as that, because obviously coming home from the Secret Wars was like a big massive global thing, whereas this is just like a wee kind of small time fight among a handful of heroes. So I don't know if it will be a similar idea. I don't know how he would get the black suit, but from what I understand about the new Spider-Man film is they're not doing an origin. It's just going to be, he has been Spider-Man for quite some time. You know, he's already met up with the Avengers. Apparently, Captain America and Iron Man are both going to be in the film. So it could be good. I mean, if they're wanting to.
So is this going to be set after?
Yeah, that's what it was
Civil
set after Civil War.
So if they're going to both be in it, that would suggest that neither of them die.
Oh, I think that was obvious. Neither of them died. So it'll be a small time character dies.
I think it'll be Bucky. I think it'll reverse it, because it was Captain America was meant to die and Bucky takes over. I think we'll kill Bucky.
I don't know. We'll need to see what
Captain
happens.
America.
Well, but then again, then again, they could just be talking shit.
No,
it could just be that they're rumoured to be in it. But anyway, the studio have said that they're wanting to bring a Venom movie back out. So, what better way to introduce him than here he comes in Spider-Man Homecoming, or the setup for him at least, and then his own film will kind of tail off from that.
Mm.
So I thought that was quite interesting, because not a lot has been said about it because it's so far in the future, but I'm just glad he's getting another film.
Yeah, no, it
I like the last two, but I would prefer that Marvel have the rights and he's within that universe.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to be like the kind of Batman vs Superman scenario where he's been Batman for years, you know.
Yeah, we don't need to explain who this guy is because everyone knows who
Yeah.
Spider-Man is. Yeah, I must admit,
If you don't know who Spider-Man is, stop watching us right now.
Yeah, exactly. You don't deserve to watch this. Or as a punishment, you do deserve to watch it, depending on how you feel about it. Story number 3. The internet has been going mental recently about the talk of a new Xbox and a new PS4 coming. And Microsoft have kind of just put that rumour to bed by saying, yeah, that is all it is, a rumour. There is no next Xbox. Which basically leaves Sony in the wind alone if they are doing this.
Yeah.
And I can see why, because I think Xbox have a lot of ground to cover in catching up with PlayStation. And I think bringing out a new Xbox and saying, yeah, go and buy this now, people would be like, are you fucking joking?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but equally, I think it's probably just as annoying for PlayStation owners who have all purchased this thing and went, yes, that's me, I got it from the start. Oh, hang on, I now need to buy a new one. Like, I don't know, it's a weird situation.
That's why I never really believed it from the start, because it's too much to ask. I mean,
the Sony one hasn't been discredited though.
No, I know. I still think it's just rumours, you know. As I said before, if it is true, then you have some sort of deal in place where, you know, because I mean, people are okay, we can afford to go out and buy a new one. Look at all the kids out there, like, oh, I've finally got a PS4. Oh, there's a new one out, Mum.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty
pretty
shit, especially for anyone who just got like one at Christmas time, and then if at E3 this year they're like, "There's a new one." So parents around the world would be like, "These guys are taking the fucking piss out of us."
That's why I think it's not real. And then, if it is real, they have to have something to help you get it in a way.
I reckon it is. I think the PlayStation one, I think, is definitely real. I actually wouldn't be surprised if the Xbox one's real and they're just trying to keep it quiet there now.
Yeah.
But I reckon it is. My worry is how they handle another console. Like, because I can understand, like, if you have an iPhone 5 and you get an iPhone 6, your 5 can still do a shitload of stuff that the 6 can do, but the 6 can just do it better.
Yeah.
If it's like that, then I'm all for it. But I just can't see a world where...
Well, who would buy that though?
If you're a developer... Well, a lot of people probably would. If it runs games faster, less load times, manages things better. PlayStation VR, if it works faster. I could see people buying it. People care about that kind of shit. Streamers and stuff like that.
I suppose in a way, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really it's not massive, is it? Like that's why people do PC gaming.
I know this is why I'm like, right, what is the point of this thing?
Yeah.
There must be a reason. I'm sure we'll find out at E3.
If anything, what I can say for definitely the next consoles, what they should do is have interchangeable parts where, okay, there's a new processor out for the console, you just slide your old one out, put a new one in, only costs like 70, 80 quid or whatever.
Yeah, but I feel eventually that probably costs you as much as a new console.
Yeah, but then that way you don't know.
And it even
bits and pieces
the way I'm looking at it is, right, developers come to console because they don't have to deal with different levels of power.
Yeah.
It's just, this is what the console can do, you work within these constraints. If you then say, oh hey, guess what, another version of the console can now do this. If I was a developer, I'd be like, well, fuck developing for the shitty old one, I'll just develop for the new one then.
But I'll still develop for the shitty old ones. Look at
I know
that.
It's
still last gen.
Yeah, I know that, but like, I just feel, I feel as if they won't bother. It'll be like, no, we run at max or nothing.
Yeah, no, true. I hope
so. So we'll wait and see. Story number 4. The God of War series. There's been a kind of rumoured that God of War is going to come back, but the latest rumour from an industry insider is that the next, game in the series is going to ditch the Greek mythology and go with the Norse mythology, so like Thor, Odin and things like that.
Yeah.
Which would be cool, but the protagonist is still going to be Kratos or a version of Kratos set in that kind of universe.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? 'Cause God of War, I never played it much because it's a PlayStation game, but they're good games.
I've not played much either, but as far as I understand, it's more than capable of doing that,
Yeah. My only thing is, in Greek mythology, there is a fuck ton of giant creatures in it. In Norse mythology, I don't think there's a lot. Yeah. I'm not well versed in my Norse mythology, I suppose, but I just don't. I think Greek is the better. I would just stick with Greek, just reboot it.
Because Hercules was Greek, wasn't it?
That was all Greek.
It's Norse, because Vikings and stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember any big monsters? Them ever talking about big monsters?
Not really. No,
it's like it's all the kind of Thor and
I'm sure they found a way to work it.
Yeah, I don't. We'll wait and see. I suppose they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, because that's one thing people love about God of War is that the giant creatures you have to scale and fight.
Yeah. So we'll wait and see. So story number 5. This isn't so much a story. This was just something that kind of came out. In the Star Wars Force Awakens film, Kylo Ren, when he takes his helmet off, sits his helmet in like a table. Kylo Ren, aye. Sits his helmet in a table full of ash, and Darth Vader's helmet is also in a table full of ash, and they never really explain any of that. But J.J. Abrams has come out and somebody asked him about it, and he explains that this is pretty grim, but the ash in those tables is the ash of Kylo Ren's victims. So he basically just fucking kills you and then gets all your ashes and sits his helmet in it.
I assumed it was the ashes of Vader.
Yeah, well, turns out it's not. It's even worse than that. So they've set him up to be a really good bad guy. Because I kind of like the fact he's a bit of a whiny bitch.
Yeah.
7, but I reckon he just needed the motivation to be an absolute evil bastard. I don't want him to turn good.
No, he's not going to turn good.
He can't, in my mind. You can't have the 2 main bad guys from each trilogy turn good at the end.
Yeah.
But then again, is that not the point? That the Force wins? The good light will always beat the darkness.
When you look back at what the stuff Vader did, he was a horrible, horrible man.
Yeah.
He killed children. Basically murdered people, murdered stormtroopers and all that just because they get in his way and stuff. He was an arsehole. And he turned good at the end.
The younglings.
Ewan McGregor, he's have an Oscar for that scene.
Yeah, I know.
I can't watch anymore.
Another happy landing.
Not even the younglings survived.
Yeah, so it's not really like a story, like I say, but thought it was worth noting that for anyone who's seen that film and thought, what the fuck was that all about, you now know. Story number 6. The the Halo Firefight Warzone thing that's coming out, you know, the Warzone game mode, and it's getting a Firefight. It's getting a beta, starting from April the 14th to the 18th, and that's all it's going to be, is just a beta. The real game, the real update doesn't come out until summer, and I don't think it's coming with Ghost of Meridian, because that DLC's out now, but with the Ghost of Meridian, they've also added in the zombie multiplayer mode Infection, which is brilliant, because that's probably the one thing that's missing from Halo 5, is Infection mode, which is fucking incredible. I read an article in IGN though, and they were saying that it was missing from Halo 4, and I was like, are you fucking joking? In Halo 4, it was so detailed that you could you were the Flood.
Yeah.
I was like, Infection mode was amazing in Halo 4. Someone's not done the research.
It's definitely a route for 343 to take, because they have had a lot of problems with the Master Chief Collection and some of Halo 5 around the whole sort of connectivity network side, you know what I mean?
Well, 5's been great. Master Chief was fucking terrible. No, 5 was good.
Right.
5 was fine.
Problems, but no, it's good that they're doing this, because it shows that they're going to stress test the servers, because Warzone's good, but Warzone with like 100
like
200 enemies, you know, running around, that's going to be a challenge. So
yeah, I'd be curious to see how that pans out.
Is it everyone on the same team, or are they going to have like a Warzone style?
I think everyone's
hundreds of enemies.
I'm not really sure, actually. I've got a funny feeling. No, it's not. They're all together, but it's 8 Spartans instead of 4.
Yeah.
But then again, they might do a competitive firefight where it's 2 teams of 4, which would be cool. But so far, they're
like, 6 hunters, and it's like who can take down the most hunters. What team? That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be good, actually.
So you have to fight the hunters each other and just try and survive. You know, it'd be good.
Yeah, well, we'll need to wait and see how it pans out. Story number 7 is that the Gears of War. Well, the head of the Gears of War 4 developer, the Coalition, a guy called Rod Ferguson, has said that no matter what you're playing in Gears of War, be it single player, multiplayer, fucking horde mode, whatever kind of modes they've got in it, every single bit of Gears of War 4 couch co-op, which is incredible. Because Halo gets so much shit, because in Halo 5 it was like, nah, fuck couch co-op, we don't need it. And yet, here comes a game a year later when apparently couch co-op affects frame rate and all that shit, and they're all of a sudden like, nah, it's cool, works.
Yeah.
But seemingly, I think the reason for it is the single player runs at 30 frames a second, whereas the multiplayer runs at 60.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're doing couch co-op multiplayer, it wouldn't make any difference. So no, actually, I was going to make an argument for them there, but I'm not going to bother now. But yeah, that's brilliant. Couch co-op is the fucking best thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, every game that has multiplayer that can do it should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand like games like Battlefield, why they don't have it.
I don't even understand that.
No.
Because like it's okay, fair enough, I'm blessed with a big telly, but even then, first person, it's not as if your view is any different. It's a first person shooter. Yeah, the map's bigger, but you're just condensing what you can see down.
I suppose
I think every fucking game should have couch co-op.
Mm-hmm.
Every game, even Uno, like they should all have it.
Even Bind of Isaac has a co-op mode.
Yeah.
If you do share play, which is really weird. He plays a wee fucking eye thing and shoot things.
Still co-op.
I know.
And yeah, Halo 5 doesn't have it. So yeah, I thought that was worth noting. Also the Gears of War 4 launch date has been announced, and it's October the 11th. Xbox One exclusive though, so sorry all you PlayStation people, you're still not getting Gears of War.
To be honest, I couldn't care, because I don't like Gears of War.
Gears of War's good.
It's good, but I hate the characters. They're just so fucking doorface.
Yeah, I know, but would you not be if the whole world's fucked?
But you try and make light of situation. He's just pure. Like, what? What are you saying?
I can't take your opinion seriously because you've only played like a fraction of Gears of War.
I understand his chainsaw better than I understand him.
Well, that's...
Hey Marcus, we won. Fucking don't give
the one I couldn't get was Dom. Like, his wife was clearly dead that whole game. Why? And then he eventually finds her and she's totally fucked up and he has to shoot her. Right? That's pretty grim. But surely in this world you live in, you would have accepted my wife's probably dead. Like, best case scenario is she's dead. Unfortunately, he got the worst case scenario. She was alive but all fucked up and they had to shoot her. Anyway, spoilers for Gears of War 2 and 3 because he's depressed all through 3.
He's depressed all through all the games.
That's true. Story number 8. Well, this is kind of like 3 stories in one. 2 trailers were brought out this week. One for the offices, like the UK offices, David Brent, Life on the Road. It's like he set, you know, years later after the events of the British office, and it's about where his career's gone. It looks pretty funny. Like, they show you just a wee glimpse of it, but it does look good. The other trailer that was released was Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and I showed you that earlier. What did you think of it?
Looks brilliant.
Yeah, it looks fucking incredible. Like, these were the films that I was like, I don't know if I want spin-offs because they'll probably be shit. But some of this actually looks better than The Force Awakens.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know what Rogue One is, it's set in between episode 3 and 4. It's about the Boffins, isn't it?
Yeah, they say it's about
the plans for the Death Star.
Yeah, it's about the team that steal the plans for the Death Star. So it'll be I'd imagine they'll cover the transition period from the clone troopers to the stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And
so he did that in the game and explained it.
Yeah, and Darth Vader has to be in this film.
Oh, he will be.
Because this is a guy they need to bring back and they need to make him an absolute badass.
Yeah.
You know, I think it'll be fucking incredible. Also, Tarkin as well. Tarkin needs to come back.
Yeah, he'll be in it. Plus, all the people that steal the plans apparently died, according to, you know...
Well, yeah, they say many people died. So, yeah,
it's going to be quite a dark
It's going to be one of these things, it's already set in canon that you know. So, they can do anything with these characters. They don't need to make any of them live. Doesn't need to be a happy ending. From the tone of the trailer, it looks like it's a pretty dark movie.
There's a cool scene, you see them like... Death Star doesn't have the dish on yet.
Yeah, either like just installing the dish. It looks fucking awesome. For anyone that's not seen it, go and check it out. Rogue One, a Star Wars story trailer. The other part to this story as well is that next week, on April the 12th, on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be on, and he's going to release the trailer for Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Which is going to be fucking amazing, because this is another Marvel film that I'm like, oh, this could be shite. But so far, anytime I've thought that, they've just been like, there's the ball, whoosh, out the park.
I mean, you know, Captain America, the
Winter Soldier. That was the one I was like, that was shite, 'cause the first film shite.
Ant-Man, we thought this would be shite, thought it'd be really good.
Yeah, Ant-Man's maybe the best Marvel movie there is.
What's that one we had doubts about?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep, like, who the fuck are these cunts?
Yeah.
Oh, really
incredible.
Good
film. So I have nothing but faith in Marvel now. I'm like, even if Doctor Strange is shite, I'm like, okay, that's one out of how many?
They're trying with these strange characters that not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
You know, if you asked any random person who's Doctor Strange, they'd be like, who?
Yeah, but that's the thing Marvel have been good at so far is, even when Iron Man came out, Iron Man, like, people don't know this, but Iron Man was not a big character.
Yeah.
Marvel was going out of business back in the day, and they sold the rights to all their good characters. So it was like Spider-Man, X-Men, Fantastic Four, like anything that was worth reading. People, they were like, get rid of it, sell it. So Sony picked up rights, Fox picked up rights. So by the time it came to Marvel's backing the money and they decided to make films, they'd lost all these good characters. So they were like, well, who's the B team? Iron Man. And that film destroyed.
Yeah.
It was so good. And from there, they've made you care about characters you just could not have gave it less of a fuck about. Captain America. I mean, granted, his first film's not brilliant, but, you know...
Winter Soldier, oh my god.
Yeah,
what a
the
film.
Thor movie, I couldn't... Thor was the one I was like, that sounds so shite. And I watched the first Thor film and I was like, sold, this guy's amazing.
My dad was so excited for that because he was like, he was my favourite growing up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird, because a lot of people were like, fuck off, who the fuck is Thor?
But did you see Benedict went in the last day of shooting? He went
to a comic shop, dressed as Doctor Strange, because there's like CCTV footage and it's just of the shop, then you just see him wandering in.
Yeah, so I was like, holding up the comic next to him, like taking a photo.
I think he's a dead ringer for Stephen Strange, which is good actually.
It's really good.
Story number 9. We're getting close to the end of. In fact, you know what? I'm going to save story number 9 for last because I feel it's the best news. The next one, speaking of films, I suppose comic book films. Last week we were talking about the Suicide Squad film was they were going back for reshoots.
Yes.
It turns out we'll find out why. Jai Courtney, who's playing Captain Boomerang in it, he is he playing Captain Boomerang? I'm sure he is. Fuck, Jai Courtney can't really act, in fairness. Yeah. So whatever he says, ignore him. But he's saying that they were going back to film action shoots, but which I reckon they can be very quickly edited and added into the film. So I don't know if it's maybe just for an extended Blu-ray. There's like more action in it or whatever. But he says it's nothing important. Like it's not. There's not even very many speaking lines. It's all just action.
Well, speaking lines are a lot easier to edit and put in than they are action. So,
and he said, and he was saying that there was a rumor going about it was to go back and make the film funnier, and he was like, "Yeah, that's not true because we're not really going back to say anything. Like it's just action that we're doing." So
I doubted that anyway because can't go back and rewrite a film to make it funnier. You know, it's either funny or not.
Yeah,
funny.
Exactly. So we'll see how that pans out. Story number 10. There are rumours saying Fable Legends, the game that fucking died a death with Lionhead, is maybe not dead. Which is annoying because this was a game nobody wanted. No one wanted this shitey free-to-play Fable game, and it seems that they just won't let it die. Apparently, with Lionhead Studios closing down, obviously, a lot of people were going to be getting redundancy. But the rumour is that Microsoft are in talks with the staff there to basically say, like, well, you can either continue to work on the game, you know, and get it out, or take a redundancy. Which, if I worked there, I'd probably choose to keep working on the game, because you've spent fucking years doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And imagine you'll continue to get paid for it and have a job. But as a fan, I'm like, oh, no. I don't want this. Like, I was glad this died. I was gutted Lionhead shut down, but I was glad this game was fucked. And it seems like they just won't let it die. But it has been in development for years, so Microsoft are maybe just thinking, we're going to need to give these guys money anyway. Yeah. So why not just pay them to fucking get the game out?
Can I just say something to any developers and maybe just watching this, right? If you have a game, right, a franchise you have that's well established, or just 1 or 2 games, right, don't then go free to play. Nobody wants it. The biggest one annoyed me was Plants vs Zombies.
Yes.
First game was amazing. Everyone loved it. Like, when's the second one coming out? And they announced it. It's called About Time. We're like, oh, that's quite funny. And it's free to play. We're like, no, we don't want that.
Nobody
wants that.
I'll pay for the game and you can put everything in it and I can just unlock it.
Yeah.
No, this, you need to pay to fucking get shit. I can't stand free.
I mean, there's certain games that do it really well, like Clash of Clans and Warframe, right? They're really well models. You can literally never spend a penny and get everything right, and it's that the model's designed around that. They seem to take games that aren't free to play, then make them free to play. No, who wants that? Come on. I understand some people make millions off it, but
the other thing as well is like it doesn't even make sense. Like Fable is an open. It's not an open world, but it's like an RPG, an action adventure RPG.
Yeah.
And at no point would you ever need to purchase anything. Then they've decided to turn it into this shitey 4-player co-op versus 1 player who's a bad guy, Dungeons and Dragons style bullshit. And then they announced it was going free to play, and everyone, like even people in the industry, were like, "Fuck this! This is going to be shit." They've ruined Fable as far as I'm concerned. So.
Yeah, I mean it's stupid because like. Fable's quite a hardcore audience, you know, like making it free to play would widen the audience, right? But no one's going to click on that. No one's going to go, Fable, ah, cool. I've heard him in games before, yeah, I'll click on that. No.
Yeah, let it die. I just think let it die.
That's what I think, I mean, like, if I seen Fable free to play, I'd be like, I've not played the other ones, so I'm not going to click on that. I wouldn't know the story. It's a stupid idea.
I hope it dies, but I don't think it will. This seems like it's never going to go away. Right, last story. Story number 11, which is actually story number 9. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Right, this was a thing, got announced, everyone was losing their fucking shit about it, pure, oh my god, it's actually happening, it's going to be amazing. Then they announced it was episodic, and people immediately were like, oh, what does that mean, right? So a lot of people were kind of guessing that it's going to be 2 to 3 hour games, like in the style of Telltale. But one of the head creators of the games came out and said, that's not the case at all. Can you guess what it's going to be like?
3 to 4 hours?
No. Each game is going to be to the scope and scale of each installment of the Final Fantasy XIII series, which were full, fleshed out fucking games. So you're talking like a 40, 50 hour game. Which is excellent.
Is it?
Yeah. Final Fantasy VII, that game is long because it's 3 discs, right?
Okay.
And each disc, there is so much in it. Because near enough the whole of the first disc, well, a massive chunk of it is just in Midgar.
Mm-hmm. And
then you eventually leave. You can go to another few places. I think disc 2 happens once you get on a ship heading to the I can't remember what it's called. I want to say Costa del Sol, but it can't be because that's a real place. No, it's a play on that. It's kind of a similar idea. Then it's disc 2, and then can't remember where disc 3 happens. I think it's after you go to Cloud's hometown. Either way, these were massive. Like, it was open world then, but obviously condensed right down. If you're making a massive open world Final Fantasy VII remake, fuck me, the possibilities you can do are amazing, because there were so many side missions. You can add in so many more. You know, they can do so much with it. Getting the materia, getting new summons and that. If they're doing it the same way that 15 seems to be doing it, that you're on a road trip to get summons, what better way to get like the materia is you have to go and fight the summon or something like that. Like, they could really flesh it out. So I reckon, I mean, I'm all for this episodic thing.
Well, how long was the original game?
Oh, took a staggering amount of time. You're talking like 60 hours or something like that, maybe more.
So how many episodes is going to be this one?
They've not said. I reckon it'll be 3.
So say it's 40 hours each. No, that's 120 hours worth of gameplay. It's double what the original was. It's a lot.
Oh, I'm talking about if you just kind of ran through the story, you're maybe 60 hours. If you were to do absolutely everything, there's hundreds of hours of gameplay there. Chocobo breeding and all that shit.
I suppose it's a good idea, I suppose, if you want that, but I mean, I just have that much time to put in the games anymore. Like the one game anyway.
I'll make time for that. I don't give a shit. I will make time.
A lot of people complain games getting shorter. I like a short campaign. You know, I play
I like
a lot
a short
of
campaign,
so
but I like getting a bit of bang for my buck as well.
Same, I do like a good story. I think The Last of Us was perfect. You can complete Last of Us in about, what, 6, 7, 8 hours maybe?
Yeah.
It was a brilliant story, you know, like, you can play it in one sitting. Because like, games like that, if you're playing over multiple sittings, you forget what happens, it takes you away from the tension and all that environment. So,
well, the reason I think this is good, and I'll give you my kind of reasons why. I really like long games if the story's good. So Mass Effect, right? Say that trilogy is just one giant game. From the word go, I was like, oh, I'm invested in this character. This guy's cool. And then you go out and you do fucking hundreds of missions, but they all mean something. And see, by the end of like Mass Effect 3, you were genuinely like worried about what was going to happen to your character, because you're like, that's me, like I sunk all this time in. So games like that where it's your character and what happens at the end genuinely affects you because you've sunk in loads of time, I like that. And because I know Final Fantasy VII's story and how it all pans out, if they do a similar thing with that where you're playing as this character for hours, you're invested in all their stories and things like that, the ending will pay off so well. Because you'll be like, fuck, because it's not a good ending.
Yeah,
like, I know. Final Fantasy VII's got a pretty shite ending, to be honest. Not like a shite ending that it's bad, it just means it's like...
It's not a happy one.
Yeah, it's not the happiest of endings.
No, I can see both sides, see the pros and the cons, you know, it's just... I don't know. It's just me. I suppose.
Yeah.
I know people agree with me, and a lot of people won't.
I think we need more details on it.
Yeah.
To see what it's going to be.
If it's going to be good content worthwhile playing, yeah, absolutely. But see, if it's literally like 5 hours of chocobo breeding, collect feathers and eggs and ride them, and like, fuck off, man.
And I think I would agree with you there.
Yeah.
The content needs to be worth it. Anyway, that's all the news. So
all the news.
all the
Short
news.
week. 11 items. A baker's dozen. Sorry, I can't say that. Sorry, Greg.
We're not allowed to say that. That's copyright infringement through and through.
Kind of fun. I'm going to come after this.
It's alright. They don't watch this. Probably never will.
Right. So last week we spoke about the greatest achievement or trophy we ever got in a computer game.
Yeah.
This week asked last week asked for this week, what is the worst computer game you've ever played? You want to go first? Or I go first?
No, I'll let you go first.
Right, okay. For me, this one jumped out at me. It was Terminator Salvation. Now, I had a fucking nightmare with this game. I only bought it because you said it was like, oh, you can platinum in 5 hours. I'm like, cool, I'll do that. Well, I'd done it in like 4 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. But the journey was not easy. Like, the game was so broken. There's bits you just fall through the floor, or you just die and respawn at the start, even though you had a checkpoint. There's a bit you go down into the subway, right, and you the T-1000s come, right? Or not the T-1000s, the T-100s, the big skeleton ones, right? And the only way to kill them is with a rocket launcher or grenade, right? Oh, there's none of them in the subway. And you just had to stand and fucking shoot them forever. And they would not go down, and then like they would glitch through walls and kill you. You'd hide in the train tracks and all that, and they just like, oh, I'm behind you. It was such a bad game.
Yeah.
Fucking hated every minute of it. For me, that is the worst game I've ever played. Because I played it for a stupid reason, to get a platinum trophy.
Well,
it's just so bad. Don't ever play it.
Right, I've actually thought of another one now that I'm sitting here, but I'm just gonna.
It has to be what I think it is.
No, I'm just gonna give it a special mention at the end. The worst game I've ever played is Monster Hunter for the Nintendo 3DS. Like, I bought this game thinking the way they advertise that game is that fucking this is great. You get all this gear, you go kill fucking hunters and monsters. It's great. It's not. Like, it is the most fucking statistical bullshit shit like I've ever played. It's like, oh, you need to collect X amount like liver from this creature, skin from this creature, and it makes you go out. You need to find out where these creatures live. You basically need to write down their location, like then go. You can't kill anything. Any fucking boss you go up against, it's pure. You have shite gear, smack, and you're just like, are you fucking joking me?
That's Monster Hunter in a nutshell. Mind in the PSP version, you'd like leave the town and like there'd be some sort of fucking turtle thing just maul you.
Yeah,
Like,
PSP. PSP was exactly the same. It was fucking terrible.
Good game though on the PSP.
But no, it wasn't, because you got to a stage you were like, this is shite. I don't know what I'm doing, and no one explained anything. There was wee cats living in the town that talked to you, and you were like, who the fuck are these wee cat people? Why am I not a cat person? Like, why am I in this town of cat people and I'm the only one that isn't a fucking cat?
If anything, they should be hunting you.
Yeah, it was such a...
this guy.
It was fucking shit. And do you know what? And that's probably the worst handheld. The worst console game, I would say, is Lost Planet 2.
You have to give it to Deadly Premonitions.
No, because loads of people love Deadly Premonitions, right?
Tell the good people how you died in that game.
I starved to death.
Why did you starve to death?
Because I ran out of fuel miles away from civilization. But that's the thing.
Game over.
But that's the thing. You
start again.
Yeah, you do need to start again, I suppose, because I'd saved it at a point where I was starving. But no, that was still an alright game. It's like a horror game. It's quite suspenseful. Lost Planet 2 is... See, it basically said, if you don't have friends to play with online, you can never complete this game. Like, it got to the point, like, every creature would kill you, and you had no fucking idea how to beat anything.
Yeah.
It was really, really shit. Like, I think the first level was really good. After that, it was just fucking pish. And then an honourable mention to fucking Call of Duty World at War. Just for the second last level on Veteran.
With the grenades.
It is just pure, like, as soon as you get to the enemies, it's pure ding 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 ding, all these grenade indicators, and you're just like, what the fuck? I don't know how anyone's ever completed that in Veteran. No, like, I'm not saying I'm the best Call of Duty player in the world, but when it came to single player a few years ago, you'd be hard pressed to find somebody better that could run through Call of Duty and Veteran better than me.
Yeah.
Like, especially like Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2.
See, every Call of Duty I've ever played, I've done in Veteran first time, apart from World at War.
Yeah, I've never completed it.
Yeah.
Second last level, can't get any further.
Black Ops was the closest I ever came to smashing my controller up.
Black Ops, I must admit, I fucked my controller.
2 bits for me. You have to go and stab the fuel. Was it napalm or was it just petrol?
Yeah, napalm. Doesn't tell you what to
Kick
do.
the barrels. No, the checkpoint's down there, so I ran down to the bottom. I just kept dying. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? And then there's that stupid corridor. You're going to stop the missile launch.
It's never ending enemies. They just keep
thousands
on coming.
of guys coming, and of course you pop your head up, dead.
Yeah. So there we go. I would say out of all of them, Terminator Salvation's probably the worst game though.
Yeah,
because
just because it's so
genuinely broken to fuck. Like, you could carry the shotgun through the whole game because it was like a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
It was just, the shotgun was fucking amazing. And it was a totally broken game. But an easy 1000G.
Yeah, so go and play it.
Yeah, go and play Terminator Salvation.
Maybe actually I played the Hannah Montana game. That was quite bad. I had fun though.
I played The Last Airbender for 1000G, but I can't say it was bad because you could literally get it in about 3 minutes. You just had to hit the B button 50 times and you got a full 1000G.
I mean, you got to see what it was like as a day in the life of Hannah Montana. That girl does not have it easy, by the way.
Oh, she definitely doesn't.
She has chores to do.
She had that
She has to
life.
go and clean up after her horses.
She had that life cast up on her.
No one asked for that.
Yeah, nobody asked for that. Not even Justin Bieber asked for that.
No. We watched his roast last week.
Yeah, no, and
It's alright.
And you know what? He actually gave a wee heartfelt speech at the end of it, and I was like, "Good on you, Justin." Mate.
I've never hated him, right? I don't like his music, right? His music's not for me. But I've never hated him because I understood that.
Yeah.
Everyone else jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, he's a wee shite, he's a wee arsehole. No, we made him that way. I've always said that. Everyone,
we did this.
everyone abused and fucking him. Like, if someone abused fucking you every single day of your life, millions of people, you would be a cunt. There's no way you'd walk around smelling and be all happy. You would then be that arsehole.
Yeah, that is
That is what we did to him.
Yeah.
So, see if I was him, I wouldn't even change. I'd be like, oh, fuckies. I'd actually be the person people say, I'll smash your windows.
I'd rape a bitch.
Exactly. Maybe not that, no.
Anyway, we should wrap this up.
Sure.
Okay. Have we got a question for next week, or are we just winging it next week?
Oh, he's dropped me in, didn't you?
Yeah, you never thought about it.
I did actually have one earlier on, but I forgot.
Best character in a video game, I want one.
Okay.
Best character in a video game, that's next week's question.
I just remembered one I had, so
But
we'll do it next week, right?
save it for
Best character video game.
Yeah.
Any other rules? Any other? Just that, straight up.
Just one character. Best one character.
Can they be a part of a duo? Do you like a Jack and Daxter? Can you choose one of them, or do they come as a one?
If it's a duo or something like that, then yeah, they come as a one.
Okay, that's fine.
Because you couldn't say, Ratchet's my favourite character. Like,
Yeah.
fuck Clank. Yeah, we'll say duo, but yeah, just a general character. Doesn't need to be a main character. Can be like a side character.
Yeah.
Anyone, just as long as they're in a game.
Right, cool.
So there we go.
Don't cop it and be like Darth Vader and.
Oh no, you're right. No, nothing like that. Right, you're not allowed like film game crossover stuff. Has to be a game.
Okay.
Game character.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So let us know what yours is in the comments below. If you do, we'll read it out. I have to say.
Wow, we'll read it out. It's so good. It's just imagine that the prize for the Cosy Couch read out my comment. Okay.
See one day when we're rich and famous, you know, which will happen.
Yeah.
People look back and go, "Yeah, I was read out in episode 6." People are like, "Oh wow."
Pure. Oh, it's got like 12 views. Good for you, you fucking bell end. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, follow us at the Cosy Couch.
Why bother? We're at the Cosy Couch on Twitter.
Yeah.
I am at Nick Solo 89.
I'm at Dark Saxon. Don't know why that was funny.
So please subscribe to us on YouTube if you like the okay show that we do.
Yeah.
So as I said, yeah, the Batman vs Superman spoilercast is up. We have a new idea for a new show which will probably be launching next week, so keep an eye out for that. We decided what it's going to be yet? No, that's how well planned out we are.
Yep.
And yeah, so please stick around, please come back, and we'll talk to you very soon.
Yeah.
Stay cozy.
Oh, I went to say it, but then I was like, oh, is he going to do it at the same time? And then, yeah.
That's how you high five, Tubby.
Exactly.
No, look at the elbows.
I know.
Look at the.
I came up with a look at the elbows thing.
But Tubby doesn't watch us, so we can abuse him.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Bye bye.
Magical place we're all there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.